Hey there, have you ever stopped to think about how something as complicated as, well, you gets put together? Or a giant oak tree, or even a little ant? It seems kind of mind blowing, right? Well, today we're going to put on our hard hats because we're becoming architects of life itself. We're going to explore the ultimate building blocks for, well, pretty much everything alive. So, you ready to start building? So, let me ask you a kind of weird question. Are you a living skyscraper? I know, it sounds a little silly, but honestly, in a way, it's totally true. Just like a skyscraper, you're built piece by piece, level by level, starting from the tiniest little foundation all the way up to the amazing, complex structure that is you. Okay, so if we're all these incredible living skyscrapers, there must be blueprints, right? There has to be a plan that shows how it all fits together. And you know what? There is. That's exactly what we're going to look at today. The 5 incredible levels of organization that build you, me, and every complex living thing on this planet. So, first things first, every huge project needs a starting point, right? A single basic material. For a skyscraper, that's going to be a brick. But for life, it's the cell. This right here is the absolute ground floor of everything. Now get this, because it's super important. A cell isn't just a part of a living thing, it's the smallest possible part that is actually truly alive. It's the one single fundamental living brick in our whole skyscraper of life. But here's where it gets really cool. You wouldn't build a whole skyscraper out of just one kind of boring rectangular brick, would you? No way. You'd need glass for the windows, steel beams for support, all sorts of stuff. And life is exactly the same way. Cells are basically nature's Legos. They come in all these different shapes and sizes, and each one is perfectly designed for a super specific job. And check these out. Two totally perfect examples. Over here, you've got a muscle cell. It's packed with all these fibers, and its whole job is to contract and help you move around. But then look at this nerve cell. It's long and kind of spindly, almost like a wire, because its job is to zap signals from your brain to the rest of your body. See? Different jobs, totally different designs. So what happens when you get a whole bunch of these specialized cell bricks together? Well, they don't just hang out in a big pile. Nope. They team up. They organize themselves to work towards a common goal, and in doing so, they build the next level of our skyscraper, tissues. So a tissue is really just a team. It's a group of similar cells that are all pros at doing the same one thing. You can think of it like all the bricklaying cells getting together to form a solid wall, or all the wire-like nerve cells bundling together to form a whole electrical system. It's all about teamwork. And here's our blueprint again, see? We've already laid the foundation with cells, and now we've just built our way up to the next level, tissues. But believe me, we are just getting started. All right, now things start to get really interesting. So you've got your teams of specialized cells, right? Your tissues. What do you think happens when you bring a bunch of different teams together to work on one huge, super important project? Well, you get an organ. Let's go back to our blueprint. As you can see, we're climbing up the ladder. We're now taking all those tissues we just made, and we're combining them to build something way more complex, an organ. An organ is pretty much a masterpiece of collaboration. It's where all these different kinds of tissues, like muscle tissue, nerve tissue, you name it, they all come together in one place to pull off a really big job, something that none of them could ever do on their own. Your heart is the perfect example of this. It's not just one big muscle. No way. It's got muscle tissue to do all the heavy lifting, the pumping. It's got nerve tissue to get that, hey, beat now signal from the brain. And it even has something called connective tissue, which acts like scaffolding to hold its shape. It's a multi-talented team all in one place. So really, what's the secret sauce here? It's cooperation. You've got multiple teams, all with totally different skills, all working together to achieve one massive goal, like pumping blood to every single part of your body. That is the power of an organ. Okay, so we've got our amazing organs, the heart, the stomach, the brain, but they can't just be floating around doing their own thing, right? They need to be connected. They're part of a much bigger network, a kind of super system that runs a huge part of your entire body. Let's look at the blueprint. We've built our organs. What's next? Well, now it's time to link them all together into organ systems. You can think of an organ system like a whole department in the company of you. Yeah, it's a group of different organs all pitching in to handle one of life's major functions, like breathing or digesting your lunch. I mean, think about it. You've got the circulatory system, which uses the heart and all the blood vessels to move blood around, or the digestive system, which has the stomach and intestines working together to break down your food. Each system has a huge, absolutely essential job to do. Wow, we've climbed all the way from a single brick up past walls and rooms and even entire electrical systems. Now, it's finally time to step back and look at the finished skyscraper. We have reached the final level, the complete organism. And here we are, right at the very top of our blueprint. All of those amazing interconnected organ systems, circulatory, digestive, nervous, all of them, they all work together to create one single, complete, functioning organism, which is you. Yup, that's you. An organism is the final product. It's a single living being where all the different systems are constantly talking to each other, interacting, and working in perfect harmony just to keep you alive. It's the finished skyscraper, standing tall in all its glory. You know, this really just says it all, doesn't it? This entire incredible structure, all the way from that one tiny little cell up to the complex person you are right now. It's all one big story of amazing teamwork. Every single level matters. And that, right there, is the most important thing to remember from all of this. Your organ systems can't work if your organs fail. Your organs are useless without the tissues that make them, and tissues could never even exist without those specialized little cells. It's like a chain, and every single link is absolutely vital. So I'll leave you with this one last thought, bringing us right back to our skyscraper. If every single level truly depends on the one right below it, what do you think would happen to that entire magnificent building if the foundation, those very first bricks, the cells, started to crumble? That's something to think about. Thanks for exploring with me today.